Ooh, what's up, everybody? My name is OMG WTF LOL FTW BRB. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling versus WWE, the weekly series where we take the events that the WWE books, book them in the game, and see just how well the WWE does in the game, or if TEW will be the one thing to bring WWE down to its knees. We're finally here, everybody. We've made it. Money in the Bank, the first real pay-per-view. We've done Backlash. We've done the Greatest Royal Rumble. I don't really count those because there wasn't a lot of build. This is the first real pay-per-view, in my opinion. We've got a lot of build to this, about a month's worth. So we're going to see just how well it goes down. Is WWE doing what they need to do, or is Money in the Bank going to shitly suck in this game? To be honest, though, I thought the pay-per-view was all right. There was a few things, and I'll talk about it when we get there. But why I'm here, talking too much, we're technically not supposed to be in this stadium. We're supposed to be in the Allstate Arena in Rosemount, Illinois, but I needed to go to the Mid-Atlantic region to, well, hire somebody last minute because, well, they were here last minute, and no, I wasn't expecting them, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's just go ahead, run this show. We've got 3 pre-show matches, one of the pre-show matches is actually a real match. 2 pre-show matches are completely fake because if you guys remember, I mentioned that the Money in the Bank ladder matches is an 8-person. We're only able to do 6 people in the game, so I had to take out the 2 least popular superstars that did not win the match from both brands. And I was going to put them against each other, but I figured that's not really fair. I mean, one of them's going to lose, so I just figured I'd put them in a tag team match and get some of them momentum here. So our first tag team match sees Natalya and Lana, the 2 least popular superstars from Raw and Smackdown. Natty was actually tied with Ember Moon in popularity, but Ember Moon had more of a presence in the Money in the Bank ladder match, so I put her in over Natalya. I put him against Dana Brooke and Tamina Snuka. We haven't even seen Tamina, so why the hell not? And Dana Brooke, well, she sucks, so I don't see anything happening to her anytime soon. 37 D- for the match. Lana really off her game. Aiden doing some good work. Of course he does. He's, got that chemistry. Tamina getting better. What? Natalya and Lana have great chemistry when teaming with each other? Who would have guessed? Lana with a 31. Natalya with a 45. Yeah, Natalya was the best. Tamina with a 27, the worst. And Dana Brooke with a 36. There you go, Dana. No worker improvement stuff. And then we jump over to our second not real tag team match. Bobby Roode and The Miz. I know. I'm upset about it as well as you guys. The Miz, not popular enough to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Fuck Kofi Kingston. If it was Big E or Xavier Woods, he would have been in the damn match, but they chose Kofi. Fuck. Whatever, Miz didn't make the popularity, nor did he win. Bobby Roode, we already knew wasn't going to be able to beat. I mean, come on, he's competing against Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, and Finn Balor. No way he's up to that in popularity. We got a reunite of the Golden Truth here. Goldust and R-Truth were the random team I chose. 47 Solid D, Miz and Roode. Actually, not a bad team if you ask me. I think that would be a really interesting team. Go over Goldust and Truth when Miz beats Truth at the skull-crushing finale. Truth was off his game. Roode with a 54. Miz with a 56, so he was the best of the match. R-Truth with a 32, and Goldust with a 28. Good God, Goldust. Worst of the match. Look at this, some improvements as well. Miz improving in technical and performance. Bobby Roode improving in performance. And then finally, we get to the actual pre-show match, the one that happened, not one that I put on here. Smackdown tag team titles are on the line. 56 C- rating here. Pre-show bout that had decent wrestling, not much Wayne Heat. The Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan, retain the championships over the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and 11 minutes 52 seconds after Harper and Rowan. No spinning side slam. It was the little aided powerbomb thing they do with each other. Although it looked like Luke Gallows almost clipped Rowan on his way down. Bludgeon Brothers make their second defense of the tag team championships. Rowan really off his game. That's unfortunate. Gallows and Anderson have excellent chemistry. Pretty sure we knew that already. Carl Anderson with a 51 in-ring performance. Luke Gallows with a 46. Harper with the best of the night with a 60. And Rowan with the worst of a 40. Anderson is improving in performance as well, so good on him. All right, Money in the Bank time. We open up the show with our cold open of the night, highlighting, the matches that are going to happen here tonight. 58 C-. We chose the highlight AJ and Nakamura, Ronda Rousey and Nya Jax, and then, of course, the Money in the Bank ladder matches. I chose the most popular stars from both SmackDown and Raw for these ones. So Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe were the most popular stars from Raw and SmackDown, as was Sasha Banks and Charlotte. So every other match was highlighted too, but really only those 4 matches were like the main event highlight things that they wanted to do. Opening match of the night gets a solid 64C rating here. Decent matchup. Daniel Bryan goes over Big Cass, and honestly, a kind of boring matchup that really went nowhere. In 17 minutes, 19 seconds. Not by the yes lock, but he did indeed get the heel lock. I don't know what they call it, actually. Same move he used on Shelton Benjamin this past SmackDown. So there was a reason. He was showing off why he could do it, and he used it on Big Cass and made him tap. Match itself, it was all right. Again, like I told you guys, Daniel Bryan, he's kind of been disappointing to me ever since he's been returned. Maybe it's the guys he's been in the ring with. I don't feel the same oomph that I used to feel when I watched the Daniel Bryan match. Now it's just kind of like, yeah, he's doing his thing. And, well, yeah, it was nothing special. Probably wouldn't have opened up with this match, but with Daniel Bryan being so popular, how could you not? Daniel Bryan had an in-ring performance of a 73, Big Cass with a 42. Bryan, of course, is the one improving when it should be Big Cass, but come on, big ass. Bryan is improving in Rumble and performance. Big Cass needs to be making some improvements, though, if he wants to get any better. 73, B-, The New Day. Backstage, they're doing their normal fun stuff, just joking around. When Kevin Owens walks in with a trash bag, Big E's upset, even calls him, "Who invited this sucker?" Owens, he's like, well, "What are you guys doing? Come on, man, I brought gifts." And he pours out the trash bag, and it's a bunch of pancakes. New Day goes crazy, of course, because they love their pancakes. He even brought some Canadian maple syrup. And he just wants them to hear him out, guys. He just says, "I want you guys to hear me out. I just want to talk. We got Braun Strowman in that Money in the Bank ladder match. We need to work together and take him out. In fact, 2 of you guys aren't even going to be in the ladder match. Why don't you guys attack him? New Day's no cheaters." And I don't even remember how it got brought up, but Kevin Owens brings up the fact that he doesn't even like breakfast, which that was a mistake because the New Day was not having it. They said, "Get him out of here," especially once he told him that the Bootio cereal sucked. New Day shoot him out before, they grab the maple syrup and then they shoot him out as well. So typical New Day stuff. They helped us out, though, gained heat for the feud, so good job, New Day. 57 C- as we get a look back at that dumbass obstacle course thing we just had on Monday Night Raw, Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn, which of course resulted in Sami Zayn attacking Bobby Lashley. Did we press the button? I guess not. There we go. I was going to say, I know I pressed it that time. 64, solid C. Isn't that the same rating as the first match? Decent matchup here. Bobby Lashley goes over Sami Zayn in 7 minutes, 11 seconds with the running power slam. Sami Zayn with an in-ring performance of a 71. Bobby Lashley with a 54. Gained heat for the feud that might be ending. I don't know. Again, this match was just kind of there. Nothing special at all. Nothing special at all. 49 D+ rating as we get a little bit of hype for the Ronda Rousey Nya Jax match that'll take place later on tonight. 51 D+ as we see Nia Jax talking to the referee, John Cone, about what rules, are in WWE pretty much, I guess in the ring, pretty much double checking what Ronda can do and can't do or something. I don't know. We then see Ronda Rousey backstage. She is just pumping up like, oh my God. Usually when you see these wrestlers work out and, getting ready for the match, you're like, okay, whatever. They're doing things. Ronda Rousey's freaking working out. She was throwing those punches. You can hear the snap. I'm like, holy shit, Ronda, calm down. It's the air. Nonetheless, Natty's just watching her. She's there. 63 solid C from my boy, Elias. He's going to play for Chicago. He's got a concert about to perform, but you know what? What did I just say? Chicago, or, Great Lakes Arena, where we actually technically are, they just aren't worth it. Elias isn't having it. He's getting better at his gimmick, though. Man, I love Elias. This match was great, by the way. This upcoming match, it might have been the best match of the night. I don't know. That and Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. And before you guys shit on me, Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax is great. I don't care what any of you guys say. 63 solid C. This apparently did worse than Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley, even though I think this was one of the best matches of the night. Decent matchup here. Wrong. Amazing matchup. Seth Rollins goes over Elias in 17 minutes, 40 seconds. He did not use the ropes for leverage, but I will explain what happened in a minute. It was dirty, though, making his 7th defense of the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Back and forth action. In fact, I thought many times Elias was about to win this. I was about to pop hard if my boy was about to win. Was not tonight, though, because Seth Rollins likes to cheat. Counters up real quick, grabbing the tights on Elias as he rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. He's able to retain the championship. What really pissed me off here is you have Cole and Jonathan Coachman trying to, well, he's the champion, and sometimes as a champ, you got to do what you got to do. There was no way Rollins was going to win that if he didn't cheat. He still cheated. Why is it when a bad guy cheats, it's wrong, but when someone like Seth Rollins cheats, oh, he had to do it? No, he chose to do it. It was stupid. Dumb reasoning from Michael Cole and them. Corey Graves, you're the only smart guy. Elias with an in-ring performance of a 49. Seth Rollins with a 67. Dumbasses. 41, solid D as we get some hype for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, of course, featuring Sasha Banks, Natalya, Charlotte, Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Lana. 42, solid D as we get a video package for the Women's Money in the Bank, pretty much just highlighting the night. Paige is kind of doing dialogue, or, I think dialogue would be the right word. Nonetheless, she's commentating over it pretty much, while they just hype up, all the people minus Lana, because she's the least popular, so I couldn't fit her in here. Poor Lana. She always gets the shit under the stick. Nonetheless, every woman got their 2 seconds in of saying why they were going to win. Nothing special here. Lost heat for the thing, too. Good job, guys. All right, Women's Money in the Bank. 48 D+. 2 is not kind to the women, because this should have at least been like a C or something. It wasn't the best Money in the Bank in the world, but a D+, get out of my face. And about that decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling, Alexa Bliss goes over Becky Lynch, Ember Moon, Naomi, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and Natalya and Lana. Yeah, they're in here. You just can't see them. What was that? In 19 minutes, 42 seconds after Alexa Bliss pulls down the briefcase and she becomes Mrs. Money in the Bank. Or Miss Money in the Bank, I guess. I don't know. This is actually pretty good, though. Women definitely wasn't better than the Women Elimination Chamber, I think, or the Women Royal Rumble. But this is the second Money in the Bank ladder match. I can't really remember the first one, but I do feel like the first one was better, the one that Carmella won. But they did have a lot of cool spots in here. Ember Moon did the crossbody on the Sasha right on the ladder. That looked like it was fucking painful. They used the ladder a lot, actually. A lot of the women were taking some slams onto this ladder. Naomi was on a split at one point on the ladder when Natalya ran off her back like she does. It was just a lot of spots being used, but at one point, I don't know. It kind of felt like that's all it was, though, at the same time. They were just setting up for their spot, and that would be it. Maybe that's how the Money in the Banks go. But at least with the men's, when we'll talk about it a little later, they had a story being told in there. They were trying to keep Braun down, where this one was just, let's all race until one of us get to their briefcase, which, yeah, you kind of want to do in the match. It's the main thing, but I don't know. It's just spot after spot. I'm not a spot guy. Give me some story, at least. There was no story. The only story they really told was Charlotte and Becky, and they didn't give them enough chance to really tell that story. We had that brief interaction between them, and then it was cut short right there and then. And then we also got a little bit of a story, I guess, between Ember and Naomi. They fought for a little bit, and I guess maybe some people are wanting to see that matchup. I don't know. Nothing to no dream match to me where I'm ooh, it's Ember and Naomi, cool. They've never fought before. Nothing special. Nonetheless, Sasha Banks with a 51 in-ring performance. Becky Lynch with a 44. Ember Moon with a 43. Naomi with a 42. The winner of the match, Alexa Bliss, with a 39, and she was the worst, too. Good job, Alexa. Charlotte Flair with a 58, the best of the match. She was actually pretty pissed that Alexa Bliss won this match, too, but what can you do, Charlotte? It's not my fault. It's WWE's fault. They booked it. Then again, I probably wouldn't have booked her to win anyway. I would have booked probably Becky Lynch. I would have either booked Becky Lynch or... I'm trying to remember who was just in the match. We just saw it. Probably just Becky Lynch. None of the other women I really can view as people that should have held it. Alexa Bliss, she's not a bad choice, but she literally just was women's champion. She's always been in the women's championship picture, so it's really, again? And we'll get to that in a minute, too. 67 C+ rating as Kurt Angle and Paige are backstage. They're happy, or Kurt's happy about seeing Alexa Bliss win the Money in the Bank briefcase. She's bringing the briefcase back to Raw. He's stoked. Paige puts over that, we still have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match tonight. That's when Constable Corbin walks in, and he tells Kurt to pretty much get it done tonight. stop being happy about this one because we still got one more briefcase to bring home. Paige then belittles him, saying that, are you still in a little pissy mood because you lost your briefcase last year? And that just leads to Corbin, being angry and just looking at Kurt saying, get it done. So there you have that. Nothing too special there. Solid 60C as we get a video package for everybody's favorite match, the match we were all waiting for. Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal. This match didn't suck. 56 C- as Sunil Singh comes out and introduces the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Of course, he was in a neck brace in a wheelchair. What a guy, Sunil Singh. What a guy. That match with Roman Reigns got him to like mid-card status, which makes me laugh. Alright. Match itself, Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. 64 solid C rating here. Probably better than it deserved because this match was boring. Good God, I don't even really remember anything that happened because it was hard for me to peel my eyes away from my phone. Jeez, this match was boring. And about that, had good heat, decent wrestling. TEW thought it was alright, I guess. Roman Reigns goes over Jinder Mahal. Big surprise. 17 minutes, 28 seconds later with the spear. Sunil Singh, he distracts Reigns during the match. He raises from the wheelchair. Like, what did Corey Graves? He's like, it's like a gift from, oh boy. Lazarus. He's like, it's like a gift from Lazarus when he sees Sunil Singh raise out of the wheelchair. I love Corey Graves. He's so funny. Sunil Singh, he gets caught by Reigns the second time. First time he gets out of the wheelchair and he pushes Roman into the steel post. The second time it wasn't happening and he got a punch for his troubles. I think he got a punch at least. I don't remember. No, he didn't. He just went back into the wheelchair and the referee was like, what the hell is going on? And then Jinder Mahal grabbed Roman Reigns' greasy hair and pulled him back into the ring. And then we got what we got. Spear, 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins. Big whoop. Sunil Singh did some good work ringside. Jinder Mahal with an in-ring performance of a 49. Roman Reigns with a 69. 69, dudes. 55 C- as we get a little bit of a recap from the early portions of the show. Of course, the pre-show match between the Good Brothers and the Bludgeon Brothers. Bryan versus Big Cass. Lashley versus Sami Zayn. And I couldn't fit it on here, so in its own little separate section, just like it got on Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins and Elias get their own little separate section for a 55 C-. 38 D- as we get a little bit of hype for Asuka taking on Carmella for the Women's Championship. 35 E+, good lord, for the hype package for Asuka versus Carmella. 31 E+ for Greg Hamilton doing the championship introductions for Asuka and Carmella. And then finally, we jump into the not tag team title match, but we jump into the title match with a 46 solid D rating here. Poor matchup. Carmella, surprise, surprise, goes over Asuka in 13 minutes, 6 seconds by pinfall with a super kick after distraction from James freaking Ellsworth. What? Where did James Ellsworth come from? This is why we're not in the Allstate Arena here. I mentioned it early in the video. This motherfucker returning out of nowhere, shocking me, making me blow my load pretty fucking much. No chin, James Ellsworth pulls off the fucking mask and there he is. And I'm like, what? James Ellsworth. Is he back? I hope he's back. I love James Ellsworth. I was so upset when he got released. I was like, you could have done so much more with him. He should have been Braun's partner at WrestleMania, not fucking Kid Nicholas. But anyway, James Ellsworth. Match itself, nothing too special. Carmella looked pretty good in the match, if you ask me. I mean, I expected Asuka to kind of dominate her, but no, Carmella held her own. Unfortunately, Carmella was visibly tired, so we're going to have to increase her stamina as well. So let's go ahead and put her next to Tony Nese real quick. Because a 13-minute match, she did not look like she was tired. I feel like, well, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, but James Ellsworth, towards the end of the match, Asuka's looking like she's going to win. And then someone randomly shows up wearing Asuka's gear. She's got the mask on, the robe on. Asuka's like, what's happening? And that leads to Carmella rolling her up. Asuka got out of it. And that leads to James Ellsworth then taking off the mask, revealing it's him. Asuka screamed at him like the second she saw him, which I was like, Asuka, you've never met James Ellsworth. Why are you so mad at him? But Carmella hits a super kick, 1, 2, 3, and she wins. She beat Asuka. Only 2 people have beaten Asuka, Charlotte and freaking Carmella. What? Who would have guessed? Asuka with an in-ring performance of a 45. Carmella with a 38. No worker improvements. Good God. James Ellsworth. I would have never predicted that. Never in my life. 76 B- as we get hyped for the Super Showdown that is going to be taking place in Australia. WWE's really trying to branch out. We've seen them do the Beast from the East back in Japan. We had the Greatest Royal Rumble in India. Now we're having the Super Showdown in Australia. I am going to do that, though. Trust me. I was kind of contemplating because, I don't know. It might not count as a pay-per-view, but I feel like it's going to be kind of like the Greatest Royal Rumble. And there's kind of a story being told. Besides, it's fun to do these little shows here and there. I might not be doing the UK tournament because that would go completely horrible, but at least this is our characters, so it shouldn't be too bad. Of course, they just hyped up Ronda Rousey, AJ Styles, and John Cena, and then announcing the match, the final time, apparently. Who knows? They couldn't fight each other again, but I believe WWE. I don't think we're going to see Undertaker and Triple H fight each other again after Australia, but Triple H versus The Undertaker confirmed. That should be fun. 68C+. Oh boy, this match is going to be interesting. 68C+ as we get hype for AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. We then jump into the video package for AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Actually gained heat for the feud. Good on you guys. 74 B- for that. Then we have our championship introductions. Greg Hamilton is back, and he introduces Shinsuke and AJ Styles. 58 C- here. And before we get into the matchup, everybody, this match is going to be one of those interesting matches because this is the 4th time Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles have fought each other in like 3 months. Technically this is their 5th time because they fought at WrestleMania, but we didn't do WrestleMania. So this is just their 4th time fighting each other. But in the way, I mentioned it many times before in the build up to this, the way TEW works is once you get 4 matches too close to each other, you kind of get a little bit of a match penalty. I asked you guys if you wanted me to take it off. Nobody said anything, so I left it on because match fatigue is a real thing, and WWE should be punished for it. So, WWE Championship match, 4th time, last man standing, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Match itself, pretty good. I enjoyed it. Great match. Not the best match of the night, but it was still a good match. Let's see what TEW thinks. It's okay. Not as bad as you would think it would be, but definitely deserved to be more of like, a B rating. In fact, you can see the ding right there, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And a bout that had subpar wrestling and great heat to it. AJ Styles goes over Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match in 33 minutes. Yeah, this match was a long one. 33 minutes and 12 seconds when Shinsuke Nakamura could not beat the 10 count. That's kind of right. It wasn't a top rope Styles Clash, but it was off the steel steps. Like, he did the Styles Clash off the steel steps on the outside of the ring, so that's kind of accurate. And, Shinsuke Nakamura could not answer the 10 count after that, and AJ Styles makes his 3rd defense of the WWE Championship. Phillips and Byron Saxton were weak. Come on, guys. Got the crowd hotter, but since it was the 4th time the match has been done so recently, it needed to be better, and it wasn't. Shinsuke Nakamura with a 73 rating. AJ Styles with the 84 in-ring performance. Lost heat for the feud, unfortunately. AJ's improving in performance. Nakamura improving in technical and performance. 50D+ as we get hyped for Ronda Rousey versus Nya Jax. We then get the video package for Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. 47 solid D for that one. Championship introductions for Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey with JoJo this time. 42 solid D. And then we jump into the match. In my opinion, this match in Seth Rollins versus Elias was one of the best matches of the night. Total Extreme Wrestling, on the other hand, they said, fuck you, Steve. You're wrong. Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax sucked because it got a 40 D-. I disagree. I thought the match was good, but that doesn't surprise me. Nia Jax is like not even over. But nonetheless, I still thought it was a good match. I think Ronda looked great in this matchup. Like, everyone was all shitting on Ronda. It's her first match in a singles capacity, and she's getting a WWE champ or a women's championship match. Like, that's not fair. She's not ready. Bullshit. Ronda Rousey looked ready tonight. She was killing it in that ring, taking her moves, selling her moves, dishing it out, Her punches looked amazing. I mean, they bet her. She was in UFC. But good God, Ronda Rousey looked great, and you guys have no right to shit on this woman. She is meant for this business. Holy shit. Nia Jax was visibly tired towards the end. I can believe that. I mean, it's a little... Well, nah. I'll give Nia Jax the benefit of the doubt. I will increase her stamina as well. 10 minutes is an embarrassment. I can last 10 minutes. Come on, Nia. And I am completely out of shape. You are in shape. There's no excuse. No psychology. That one I'll give you. Ronda Rousey's a rookie. This is her first singles match. Nia Jax is... Well, she's not a veteran, so no one really has psychology. But the match was great. So this is wrong. Maybe they did have psychology. It cooled the crowd, but I feel like that's kind of the purpose of this match, considering it is between the WWE Championship and then the Money in the Bank. So that's kind of probably what they wanted. Ronda Rousey with an in-ring performance of a 63. Good God. Nia Jax with a 34. Good God. Nia, you need to improve yourself, girl. Popularity also has an effect. Lost heat for the feud. Ronda Rousey improving in performance. Ronda, you need to stop getting so good. And then after the match is over, I didn't even talk about the match. I just skipped the match. I didn't even talk about it. I talked about my feelings on it. Match was great, back and forth. Ronda was able to lock in the armbar on Nia at one point. Great selling from Nia, too. Like, she's really trying to hold on, and Ronda's just inside pulling her off. And once she pulled that arm off, Nia was screaming like, no, don't do it. Like, she knew she was fucked. And she locked in that armbar, and then in comes Alexa Bliss with her briefcase, and she just whacks Ronda in the back. Then she just whacks Nia Jax. She beats down on Ronda and tosses her over the announce table, and then just continues beating down on Nia before she hands the referee her briefcase, and she cashes in tonight. She hasn't even held the championship for the briefcase for 2 hours, and she's cashing in here and now. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax is happening. Gained heat for that Ronda Nia Jax feud, though. That's interesting. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. 42, solid D rating here in an extremely short matchup. Alexa Bliss defeats Nia Jax in 1 minute 48 seconds, probably a little less than that in real life. With the Sparkle Splash not making a defense, but winning the Raw Women's Championship. And I think she's now a 5-time Women's Champion. I wasn't joking. Ever since Alexa Bliss has been on the WWE roster, she's never left the championship scene, pretty much. This is her first time, and she's already back in it after losing it to Nia. So Nia Jax doesn't even hold the championship for all that long. Alexa Bliss already champion again after cashing in her briefcase. Bliss with an in-ring performance of a 40. Nia Jax with a 38. And this is the only championship change tonight. This is our last championship match. We only have a Money in the Bank match after this. Alexa Bliss is the only new champion tonight. I would have not thought that. I really thought Ronda was going to win. I won't lie. Money in the Bank. Men's Money in the Bank is hyped, of course, featuring Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode, The Miz, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Rusev, Samoa Joe, and Kofi Kingston. I guess I got it right. That was not on purpose. I just chose Kofi because he's the most popular. But still. We then get a video package for the Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm not going to rename everybody, but this time Big E's there, not Kofi Kingston. 58 C- for that. Lost heat, though, unfortunately. And now it's time. Well, no, not yet. We got 2 more things to go through. 50D plus for Aiden English coming out and announcing that it's Rusev Day. Oh, boy. Gotta love Rusev Day. And then out comes the New Day to reveal that it's not Big E, who Big E, takes off his vest and acts like he's in the match. And then Xavier Woods starts to walk down, making people think it's him before he rips off his shirt and you see Kofi written on his chest. And down comes Kofi Kingston as he will be the New Day member representing the New Day. Simple as that. All right, here it is. Main event time, men's Money in the Bank ladder match. What do we get? 72 B-. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. About what you needed to close off the show. 72 B- and a good matchup. Braun Strowman. Did not think Braun was winning this match, but he was. Braun Strowman goes over Finn Balor, Rusev, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Samoa Joe, and Bobby Roode and The Miz. They're there, trust me. You just can't see them. In 21 minutes, 44 seconds after Braun Strowman retrieves the briefcase, becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. Like I said, I didn't expect Braun Strowman to win. Me personally, I would have given it to The Miz. I would have given it to Samoa Joe. But it went to Braun Strowman. I'm not going to complain. I love Braun. It's going to be great. I hope he cashes in on Brock Lesnar sooner rather than later. But yeah, good matchup here. Great matchup. Great story to be being told. Early on, everyone got rid of Braun, tossed all these ladders on top of him, and then they all just went to war themselves. It was a good match. A lot of fun stuff being had here. There was one point where Kofi does like his little dive to the outside of the ring, like stage dive, but they all catch him just for Finn Balor to do like a front flip on top of Kofi Kingston, taking everybody down. So good stuff here. Braun comes back in when Balor's trying to like grab the ladder, but Braun's not having any of it. He takes out Finn Balor. Owens, Rusev, and Joe try to take out Braun Strowman, but it's not happening. They try to put him on a table, but Braun just beats the living shit out of Rusev and Joe, and then he climbs up the ladder and drags Kevin Owens up with him before he tosses Kevin Owens off the ladder through a table. So Kevin Owens kind of took a little bit of a stunt bump in here. I think it might even say it somewhere. Oh yeah, it says it right there. Kevin Owens took a stunt bump during the match. And Braun Strowman just beats the living hell out of everybody, climbs to the top, and pulls down that briefcase and becomes Mr. Money in the Bank. Braun, he's the man. Xavier Woods did some good work ringside despite not really being there. Match got the crowd hotter. Samoa Joe with an in-ring performance of a 69. Finn Balor with a 69. Rusev with a 63, so it looks like he was the worst of the match. Not by much, though. Kevin Owens with a 67. Kofi Kingston with a 65. And Braun Strowman with a 78, the best of the match. Gained heat for the feud, too. But the feud's ending, so it doesn't matter. Kofi Kingston's improving in performance. Samoa Joe's improving in Rumble. Finn Balor's improving in performance. And Braun Strowman's improving in performance. And we end off the show. What do we get? 70C+. That's kind of bad. Not going to lie. 70C+ rating for Money in the Bank, increasing our popularity in 3 regions, but losing us popularity in 23 regions. Needed to be better, WWE. What you doing, guys? What you doing? Alright, I will give a encouragement or compliment Braun Strowman on a good performance, AJ and Shinsuke, despite them not... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do what I felt was the better matches. I'm going to do my boy Elias and Seth Rollins. I was going to do Ronda Rousey and Nya, but they don't really deserve it. So, Braun Strowman, Elias, and Seth Rollins. That's who I'm choosing. That's good stuff. They all seem pleased. But there it is. Money in the Bank is out of the way. It's time to build up to our next pay-per-view, which I think is Extreme Rules now. Yeah, because that's what they're hyping up for the pay-per-view, because they did that dumb pay-per-view. Can explain Extreme Rules in 30 seconds or less. Dumb commercial. Anyway, Extreme Rules is next. Money in the Bank is out of the way, and it'll be interesting to see. We don't have a women's Money in the Bank anymore because Alexa Bliss is there, but we'll see where Braun Strowman goes with it. Interesting to see how Raw got both the briefcases, though. Not SmackDown once, but then again, SmackDown had an exclusive pay-per-view last year with Money in the Bank, so I guess it's Raw's turn to get some briefcases. Either way, though, that's the end of this video. I've got nothing else to add on. I will see you guys for Monday Night Raw, but until then, make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe if you have not already. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your friends, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams. I don't give a damn. It's all sorts of social media accounts out there. Give it a like. Give it a share. That's what I meant to say. Help your boy out. Get some new subscribers up in this bitch. It'll definitely help out. And I've got some buddies down below you can check out in my description. Check out my buddy Raging Yoshi, very active on YouTube. Check out my buddy ZachManziNVO over on Twitch, very active over there. And anybody else you want to check out. That's going to be the end of this, though. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, I've already said all this. Have a good day.